Hello Earth beings, my name is Elise. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, I've recently started this channel, so I posted on my Instagram that I really wanted to go over this book called The Complete Illustrated Book of Yoga, which is just pretty much yogi life and the ways to it. So I wanted to do pretty much a series with this where I do maybe 12 different episodes and I just pretty much go into how to live as a yogi. So I'll be going through the process with you all, as I'm not there yet. I still have a long way to go, but this is a self-discovery. It's beautiful. As you can see, I'm in the park. So I wanted to go over, I did take some notes. Don't look at them because they're little, I didn't write them the best. But, so the first chapter in this is, I will show you guys the 3 different, or the 12 different contents, so that way you guys know. So those are pretty much what we're going to be going over. I'll be doing a video every single week per chapter. So, okay. Chapter 1 is a little fishy. It's so beautiful out right now. I'm enjoying it so much. Okay, so the key point, or pretty much the chapter that we're going to be discussing, is the first chapter, and that is the philosophy and aim of yoga. And so pretty much, I really didn't understand what yoga was, how it really could benefit you, or really anything. I didn't have much knowledge into that as of recent. I've been getting into it a lot myself. If you follow me on my Instagram, if you don't, link down below. But I've been definitely venturing into that, and I'm also trying to get certified to be a yoga teacher as well. So sorry about the rant. I want to get into the chapter. Okay, so what I never knew or understood was what yoga was, how it really benefited you. So today that's what we were talking about, the aim and philosophy of yoga. I do want to say that the yoga philosophy not only answers all man's questions, but it also offers a scientific way to transcend problems and suffering. Once we understand that we are all one, that we are all connected, that we are all conscious beings, it is then that we really start to unravel the truth behind it. Again, I'm sorry if I'm looking down. I'm just trying to read from my notes that I took from the book. And these are just some key points that I wanted to point out to you guys and share. So, I also want to say that yoga is not necessarily, yoga is not affiliated. Yoga is not affiliated with any type of religion. Anybody can practice this as long as they are determined, genuine, and really willing to seek the truth. And also, searching for truth with just your intellect alone is foolish. I say that because you only have so much intellect from your own experience that you've had in this lifetime. So that being said, you don't know everything, and there's so much to learn and grow and really understand. So yeah, it's foolish to think that, as your mind is limited from, again, what you've only experienced, and it cannot penetrate through the unknown. If it doesn't know, then how does it understand? Again, therefore, you can't understand. It's searching for nothing, you know? There are people who are able to see time, the past, the present, the future, with little intellect. Not everybody can. I know myself, I cannot. But those people are called seers or saints, and the answers only come to them when their mind and senses are steady. And you're gonna probably hear me say that again, because it's the only time that spirit flows through you is when you are in a space where you aren't scattered-brained, where you're not overthinking life, situations that you have going on. It's none of that. So it's just being here right now. And it is a lot easier said than done to say that. I'll say that myself, but I do also want to say that, lately, I will say, even from my own self, in viewing others and others' experiences that they've shared with me, a lot of our world is very depressed. A lot of our world is very sad. I can say I get in that myself as well, and that's something that I'm working on. But really, all of this misery and sadness comes from fear and death. And once you understand that fear, death, disease, once you let those go, once you let fear, death, disease from your unfulfilled desires go, the unknown, once truth is realized, you will discover immortal. And when you understand that you're immortal, I mean, come on, people, really? Can you imagine being immortal? You can. Want to know why? Because you are, once you come to that realization. It is a beautiful thing. Again, I'm myself still learning that, hence why I'm doing this series, or whatever you want to call it, because I want everybody to know and understand that I'm also going through this. This is all brand new to me. I want to share my journey so that way people are inspired. People understand that we're not all alone. This world is huge. Sometimes I forget how big it is and how easy it is to connect to people, and how amazing it is to be able to connect with humans so easy, and even life, even the sleep, like all of it. So it's all energy, it's all beautiful, it's all conscious, which I'm about to go into that as well. I want to say a big one in here, which is probably, I don't don't know if it's gonna shock you guys, or you guys are gonna be like, oh, I already knew that. Probably not, because I feel like a lot of you, even myself, as of recently, was trying to really understand the goal of life, my purpose, what I was set here to do. And this is in the first chapter of this book, so it was pretty amazing. But the goal of life, it's right here, ladies and gentlemen, is to achieve, while still alive, a state free from death, pain, sorrow, old age, disease, rebirth. Yeah. And how amazing is that, to be able to achieve that? And it is achievable, everybody. Hence why it is a goal. And behind that, being the science of yoga, is the truth can be experienced only when one transcends the senses and the mind and intellect cease to function. And again, I mentioned that a little bit earlier, but I've been also myself getting into yoga a lot more, and being able to get into these poses and really be able to be grateful to have that experience, to be able to get into these poses, to transcend into another timeline, if you will. I'll go ahead and say one of my own that I experienced the other day. So I was sitting and I was doing some yoga, and I was in a new pose that I was trying to get into, and it seems to come to me for a little while. I don't know if I'm maybe not fully aware of it yet, or there's still more to discover in that vision, but I keep getting brought back to a Japanese temple, and it looks as if I'm sitting with possibly my master or somebody having tea, and it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It's like a movie. There's a big sliding glass doors. Right when you look through them, there's a huge cherry blossom tree. Me and my master are sitting as this. There's a table, we're having some tea. And that's as much as I kind of get in that vision, from that vision. So I definitely want to dive a little deeper into that. But we will keep going. So, and that is another thing that I want to mention, is you can only experience, or you can only accept and understand what you experience. It's so much easier said than done to tell somebody something. It's just like if you have a boyfriend and maybe your girlfriend doesn't like, and you keep telling her, get rid of him, or vice versa, maybe a bad girlfriend, and they just won't listen. They won't listen. And it only takes them until maybe the 25th time. It only takes them till maybe the 25th time that they finally realize, hey, maybe this person's not good for me and I should leave them. Everybody has to experience it on their own for them to actually accept it. So, that being said, there is also no lifeless matter. That's a huge one that I didn't also know. Everything is conscious of self. Every single thing. To follow the teachings until you have your own experience. Again, as I just mentioned, it's a lot easier said than done to learn from somebody. But if you keep up those practices, then you will, and to have your own experience with it, which is a beautiful thing, because then you can embody that. I did want to read from the book really quick. Do you guys love I did my makeup too. Mentally in another galaxy. I wanted to read this to you to show you regarding the teacher's standpoint. So, the following anecdote illustrates the point. Once a teacher in India went to a holy river for a purification bath with many of his devoted followers. As it is the custom to bring a small vessel to carry holy water from the sacred river after the bath, the saint had brought one. Arriving at the river's sandy bay, the saint dug a hole, buried the vessel, and piled a heap of sand over it as a landmark. His followers had not seen what he was doing, but noticed he had made a pile of sand. Assuming this to be Sorry, I thought I had it mute. Assuming this to be part of the ceremony, they made similar heaps all over the riverbank. When the teacher finished his bath, he looked for his vessel. Instead of finding one heap, he saw the vast river bank littered with similar heaps. Astonished, he asked the reason for all of these sand heaps. Hearing that they had tried to imitate him, the saint was wonderstruck over the foolishness of his followers, who imitated him blindly. Needless to say, it took considerable time to find the saint's buried vessels. And the point being of that is a lot of people follow blindly, and that is okay too. It's okay to follow somebody and you know your direction that you're going, but also follow blindly, but take advantage of these signs until you do reach your own goal through your teacher. Your teacher is here to guide you. I wanted to mention that spirit or pure consciousness in man is whole, without division, infinite in its nature, inactive and unchanging. The same spirit is found in everything, from mineral to man. Isn't that amazing? That really interests me. I also wanted to a science experiment that they shared in here as well that I wanted to share with you. So the first scientist to create life out of an inanimate object was Andrew Cross, who experimented with rocks. In 1837, he tried to make crystals by electronically heating a piece of iron oxide with hydrochloric acid and silicide of potash. Little white pimples appeared on the rocks, and after 26 days grew to be exact replicas of insects. 2 days later, they crawled. Cross wrote, "I have never in a word, thought, or deed given anyone a right to suppose that I considered them, insects, as a creation. I have never dreamed of any theory to account for their appearance. It was a matter of chance." And that's pretty amazing, no? Another good question. How can the development of the spirit be explained if it's not changing from mineral to man? The seeming development of the soul is due to the development of the body and mind, in which it is enclosed and by which it is more or less vesseled. The conscious is not able to throw its rays outside when enclosed with a black screen from the mineral. Though the spirit in a man is less contracted or veiled by the mind and body, there is still a veil that separates the spirit or consciousness from its full expression. And this can only be achieved when man transcends completely the limitation of body and mind that veils his pure consciousness or divinity, in order to transcend the body and mind so that he can use these instruments in his march towards the goal. The yogi follows a rigorous discipline of mind and body. He goes into a detailed study of the vessels in which the soul or consciousness is enclosed. A clear study and knowledge of these bodies or vessels by which the spirit expresses our love, essential, and we can take the subject of spirit. In the following chapters, we shall deal separately with the different bodies, their functions, qualifications, and other aspects of vessels, such as how they can be controlled and kept in a healthy condition so that we can utilize them for our particular needs at any particular time of our evolution. And today, in today's lesson, I will leave on this note that every soul learns in life through trial and error and corrects his mistakes as he progresses along the way. Every action, whether good or bad, bears fruit in man's future life and condition depending on what he does at the present moment. Through suffering, he learns more with each birth and each life cycle. As he learns more, he wants to know more about his existence, about God, about the purpose of life. But this thinking comes to him only as he gradually evolves from the lower level of a life philosophy of eating, drinking, and merrymaking. Again, yoga philosophy holds not only the answers to all man's problems, but also offers a scientific way to transcend his problems and suffering. And on that note, I hope everybody got a good read out of this. Maybe had some knowledge that you didn't know before. I don't know, I hope maybe I opened up somebody's mind, or maybe answered a question you had. So next week's video is going to be on man, his three bodies, and their functions. So stay tuned. I'm super excited. I will keep posting on Instagram, so keep updated with me there. And I hope everybody has a beautiful day. I love you so much. And yeah, love you. Have a great day.